Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzette. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the
darkness.
The whole of darkness.
So what did that
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Star Radio.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Turhania, Ogome, Dodova, Leba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the hotel, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2522. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Star Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow. And it is a very good evening and welcome once again to the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. It is, the Wednesday edition. I'd like to say thank you so much to my producer, Mr. Achi, Amon, and Frank, and the rest of the engineer, all the team back in the studio. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and it is Niger Voices on Star Radio UK. I'm always excited when it's the Wednesday edition because, I can drive you home safely without any hiccup. I mean, what you just need to do is, turn on the volume and let's kick the program starting, as there's a lot to discuss tonight. It's all about Nigeria. And if you're just joining us for the very first time on this particular channel, and this is how we do it every Wednesday, where we take you through everything that is happening in Nigeria. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá tó ń bẹ nílé tó ń bẹ lóko ní gbogbo ibikíbi tí ẹ ti láǹfààní àti máa gbọ́ wa. Ètò ti orí Star Radio UK òun náà ni àtútùbọ́ sí ní ìkànnì Star Radio UK ní London, níbi tí a ti máa wo ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ in tó ń lọ ní gbogbo àgbáyé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, and also we'll be giving you all the latest news. There's a lot happening in Nigeria, and it seems that Nigeria is going through a very, very difficult time. But I am here, and my job is to make sure that we give you everything that you need to know as quickly as possible. I say welcome once again, and take your seat, get your water, get the popcorn, and let us roll into the program. Good evening to those of you that have joined us on all the platforms from around the world, and I know also the sister broadcast. Let me quick start with the first track this evening. We've got a couple of tracks that we've actually laid down for you. I do love Lucky Dube. Just like Frank loves his reggae blues, the reggae blues. But there is something that I want us to listen to first, which is going to kick us start this morning. It is Under Pressure by Raskimono. How many of you remember the song Raskimono, Under Pressure, Under Pressure? I can cite those of you that have joined us. We also have a news from Professor Adebanji Akintoye. I'll be giving you all that. Make sure you tune in and you stay behind. The program runs for almost 2.5 hours. We will bring the a phone line opening just about towards the end. Yeah, man. It is Star Radio UK, and this is how we kickstart the program. There is a lot going on in Nigeria. Is Nigeria really going under pressure, as Raskimono said some few years ago? Africa, 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 Africa. I say good evening and welcome once again. I welcome you if you're watching me from every part of Africa country. Have you been following the news in Nigeria? It seems that there is a lot going on that the federal government cannot handle. There is no money in the bank. There is no money on the ATM, and the POS is not paying out. There is a lot of protest going on in Nigeria. It seems that Nigeria is under pressure. Abiola Oluwade, good evening and welcome once again. Once again, to my producer, Mr. Frank, I say thank you so much for working behind the scene, and to the family, I say happy holiday to all our children back here in Europe. Is Nigeria under pressure? Nigerians are really under pressure. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ń darapọ̀ mọ́ apẹ́ ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Iyola Adedoyi, good evening to you and welcome to the program. Mary. That's our first track tonight. I welcome you, and to all our team that are working quietly back in the stage, back in Nigeria on different parts. I can tell you that also as we speak right now, Agodi Secretariat is going through a lot of pressure. There is an ongoing invasion as I speak to you right now from Agodi at the Secretariat. More Nigerians are coming out. More Nigerians are saying, what is going on? Why can't we access our money? And I'll be telling you more about that as well. Right now, as I say, there is a lot of pressure going on. We say good evening and welcome. We'll be giving you all the news as we have it in Nigeria. In Delta State, a bank has been burnt down. And also, in the northern part of Nigeria, it seems a lot of things are coming down there. We don't know what is going on. I say good evening to you, Buju. Good evening and welcome to Star Radio UK. Lanre Lamina, I say good evening to you. Shefiu Kolawole 88, good evening to you. Abdul Latif Idris, good evening to you. Good evening to you. Omitola Keinde. Good evening to our beautiful mother, Esther Mays Gold. I say welcome to the program. Is Nigeria under pressure? Is Nigeria going to survive in the next couple of days as the election is getting closer? I say all the way, let's remember those that have been affected by the earthquake inside Turkey. Our spirit and mind continue to be with those that have been badly affected at the earthquake. It seems that it's not just the black people anymore. It is more about Nigerians that are under pressure. No money, no pay, no petrol, no electricity. My beautiful auntie Temi, I say, Otin letike, Otin big beg. Good evening to those of you we are still wishing. Good evening is just 18 minutes past. We still have ample of time. Samuel Akisoya, publisher, I say good evening. And he says, good evening, sir. Way forward, sir. Backward never. Yoruba nation not going back. Akitunde Odua, I say good evening to you. Jide Onipefe, good evening. Electrica, good evening to you. And to say that Nigeria is not under pressure, we're going to be telling a lot of lies. Good evening to you, Babawa Yusuf, Adek, Kamaruddin. Mofita Watawakiyawa, Abigail, Ekabo Sorieto. Moki Grandma Comfort Adeleye Esokwe, well done, White Lion. God is your strength. He will continue to protect you and all your family members. I say a big amen. My very good brother Ismaila Ajadi Bad Subaru Ekabo Sorieto Otileti Kebayo. Ṣẹ́tìgbọ́n tí bàbá wa Akíntóyè sọ lórí Chief Mrs. Modupe Onítìrí a máa lámọ́lẹ̀ lálẹ́ yìí ó kù díẹ̀. Mo kí ìyá wa bàbá wa Omitola Kehinde ẹ káàbọ̀. Fab, well done, you said. Welcome to Naija Can Never Survive. Please believe it or not. Well, I don't know. It's not just African under pressure. It seems that the pressure that is going on in Ukraine and Russia is also going to explode. Who is concerned? Are we going to see the next civil war in Nigeria? We do not pray for such, but already it is showing the green light already. I say good evening to you, Oyeyemi Oladimeji, that is watching from the Star Radio UK. Kunle Adeyemi, how many of you have a Twitter account? Have you subscribed to the Star Radio UK? I want to know how many people will subscribe to the Star Radio UK Twitter handle. That is the only way you will find out when we are live on Naija Voices. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò náà ó kù díẹ̀. Why is it that we can't get money from the bank account in Nigeria? Why is it difficult that a country like Nigeria, the 6th largest crude oil producer, is really under pressure? Why are we suffering? What is the cause of our suffering in Nigeria? And like I always say, this is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. I say good evening and welcome to once again to all our Biafra brothers. What is the reason why the federal government of Nigeria have invited the Finland ambassador to discuss Simon Ekpa? Simon Ekpa is not doing anything. Simon Ekpa is not a terrorist. The main terrorists are the Boko Haram, the ISIS, and the ISWAP, and all the elements of criminality that the federal government has neglected, the terrorists that is invading the army barracks. Why then is the federal government concerned about some of the utterances of Simon Ekpa? Shout out to all the media around the globe and those that are working tirelessly for the cause of the Yoruba nation struggle. The way forward out of Nigeria, is it going to be 2023 election? Otumba Adekunle Sepe, the table go break tonight. So I can confirm officially that there is a message from our father, the leader of the Yoruba nation struggle, Professor Adebanji Akintoye, around Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. Just stay tuned. We'll be telling you all much about that. Hey. Bam, 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 bam. Tomorrow is the property hour on Star Radio UK. Make sure you tune in. But for tonight, it's all about the Star Radio UK, Niger Voices, the way out of Nigeria. Is it going to be election? Atiku, there is already an assassination attempt on one of the PDP, and I can confirm he has died. Anise ìkànnà ọmọ PDP ní Lagos State wọ́n ti pa lánàá ó dẹ̀ ti kú bá ti ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí. Assassinated by who? Who is killing who? Election time is always a dangerous one in Africa. Abiola sọ pé Nigeria is not working. End Nigeria now, but nobody wants to end it because election is coming closer. What is really going on in Africa? Why is Nigeria going through this difficult time? I say good evening and welcome, as we're going to be going slightly into the program in just about a few more minutes. But for now, I cannot do this program without all you, my listeners from around the world. Would like to appreciate you, your endurance, your time. You know, sometimes it could be difficult. Sometimes the money that you are spending to buy the data, it is not easy. I'm telling you, I mean, especially those of you back in Africa, like Archie used to say. But for now, again, let's listen to this.
This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. In your car,
At work.
at home,
On your smartphone. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
We are broadcasting online 24/7. If you're joining me for the first time, you're watching from Ghana, shout out to you in Ghana. If you're watching from South Africa, what a very sad news last week when we heard about the death of AKK. Is it AKA or AKK? I mean, he was just about to celebrate his birthday last week, Friday, and he was gone down. What is the world turning into? Why is this world so wicked? Why is it that we can't live piece by piece? I was watching, Jeremy Corbyn. How many of you know Jeremy Corbyn? Jeremy Corbyn is was a one-time. Good evening to you, Abdurrahman Hossein. He said, "Wow, interesting. Yeah, you have not heard anything yet. There is a message from our father, Professor Adebanji Akintoye, regarding Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. We're going to be giving you the audio clip in just about a few minutes before we go into the program. Shout out to all our listeners, our viewers around the world. Maybe we should start with these, first audio. It's a video, but you can only hear the soundtrack. I'll be telling you, I can confirm officially a PDP member has been shot dead in Lagos State yesterday. It's now an assassination attempt according to the police. But this is Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn is a UK politician, a one-time also the leader of the Labour Party here in UK. I was going through his Twitter handle this particular morning. Jeremy is a very, very outspoken politician representing, East Clinton North, a member of parliament. He's been there for a very long time. And 20 years ago, here in UK, I was here in UK, there was a big demonstration, a massive demonstration, the best demonstration that we can ever think of. We might say maybe we can just get the video, for those of you that are watching us from around the world. This demonstration took place here in London. I was there. I witnessed it. And what was it all about? It was all about, the invasion of Iraq. Millions of the British citizens, including myself, we were protesting, asking the then government of the day, which is Tony Blair, that going into the war in Iraq was going to create a lot of problems. Nobody listened to us. So tonight, we are saying it clearly to the international community to please look into the current spark of things happening in Nigeria. Nigeria is under pressure and the cooker is almost exploding. We do not want any war in Nigeria, and that is why we are now telling the United Nations, the European Union, the superpower, the African Union, to take some time and look into the current crisis going on presently in what is known as Nigeria today. 20 years ago, like I said, there was a peaceful, organized, one of the largest protests, one of the largest demonstrations that we are going to watch in just about a few minutes. We're just getting the video ready for those of you. We see maybe we can just literally bring it to the back page so that some of you can also see what we are saying. I've never seen such a demonstration in my life. The reason for that demonstration, according to Jeremy Corbyn, was to tell the British government then, according to what he said on his Twitter handle, which goes like this. 20 years ago, we organized the largest demonstration in UK history to oppose the Iraq war. We won it, we set off a spiral of conflict, according to Jeremy Corbyn. Death and desperation. We were vilified, we were deceived, we were ignored, but we would never stop striving for a more peaceful world. Why then is Nigeria's situation going to be different? At the present day today, Pa Adebanjo Afenifere says, and I quote, that we should be expecting a lot of uncertainty. And for those of you that were not in UK or probably too young to remember these massive demonstrations, you can see behind me, that is Jeremy Corbyn. And let us now listen as well to this powerful speech he gave on that fateful day. Here we go.
More deaths in Iraq will not make things right. It will set off a spiral of conflict, of hate, of misery, of desperation that will fuel the wars, the terrorism, the depression, and the misery of future generations. Our message today here in London, the millions and more strong, is this. We want to the world free from war. The way to free us from the scourge of war is to free ourselves from injustice, from poverty, and the misery that's associated with that. This movement is giving that message to the British government. Stop now or pay a political price.
What? Is the British government going to intervene in what is currently building up in Nigeria tonight? Already across Nigeria, we have seen chaos. We have seen a lot of disruption. We have seen banks burnt down. Benin is hot. Delta State is hot. The military is coming out. Are we going to see a coup or a military taking over in the next couple of days, like we've been saying? Is it a deliberate act to change the money at this particular time in the history of Nigeria when election is just some few weeks to come true? Is it okay that the federal government decide to change the currency in just about a few weeks before the general election? What is going on in Nigeria? Should the international community Listen, just as Jeremy Corbyn was crying out 20 years ago that the world will be uncertain should you invade Iraq. Today, Iraq is really, really disorganized. Libya is disorganized. Are we going to see Nigeria as well going through turmoil in the next couple of weeks? This is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. As I said to you, banks are becoming more worried. This is the sound of a bank in Benin when fire was coming through to them. The bank staff are becoming concerned. Citizens are now attacking the bank, and not just attacking the bank, they are burning down the bank as well. Is that the way forward? What is really going on? Is the federal government going to declare a state of curfew? Are we going to see more atrocity happening in Nigeria in the next couple of days? Because intelligence report that have just reached me says by tomorrow, more states will be coming out protesting and shutting down all the highway. What is the way forward? Is it going to be cancellation of the election that we are already predicting that election might not hold in Nigeria because the cabal, according to Najatu Mohammed, Aisha Buhari, the wife of the president, according to what Najatu on the left-hand side of the screen, Aisha Buhari on the right-hand side, says clearly that the cabal in Aso Rock is the wife of the president of Muhammadu Buhari that have decided to do certain things that is creating uncertainty for the masses as we speak right now in Nigeria. What is going on in Nigeria? Should we all be concerned as citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? This is another soundtrack of people burning down the POS kiosk in somewhere in Nigeria tonight. Angry resident destroy a POS operator in Delta State. Nigerians cannot access their money and they are becoming more concerned. They are becoming more agitated. Also, last week, Father Mbaka said clearly that President Muhammadu Buhari should try and rectify this problem as quickly as possible before Nigerians become going out on the street and making a lot of destruction and loss of life. 3 people have been killed in Nigeria today in the southeast part of Nigeria by the military because of these protests. You are listening to Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of us into the program. Nigerians, you are listening to Star, might probably not understand what is about to happen. When crises like this start to occur, it will affect the women, the children, the old, the widows. It will affect millions of people that will probably not be able to get to the hospital, those that will not be able to get 3 square meal that has already been affecting them. You cannot do transaction between a pepper seller and a garri seller because even if you try to send money to them, it is not going through. Is it the appropriate time to change the currency, or is it a deliberate to destabilize the coming election? So who actually is disturbing the election? Is it Simon Ekpa that says for the last 2 years that the Biafra do not believe anymore in those that are engaging with them? Is it also the Yorubas? What has been the crime of Simon Ekpa, apart from asking for the right of the Biafran people that the 1914 amalgamation that was put together by the British government has actually derailed the Biafrans from not progressing? But yesterday, we saw the engagement by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeff Godfrey Oyeme. Oyeme had a conversation with the Finland ambassador to discuss about Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa, for those of you that probably would not know him, is a lawyer and also a Biafran spokesperson. He's a Finnish lawyer, a political activist. There's nothing wrong to be political activist. But it seems that the Nigerian government is now concerned that they have decided to call the ambassador of Finland representing in Nigeria. What was the response of the Finnish ambassador? Let us continue to say to the international community, the problem is not Simon Ekpa. The problem is the government itself that has allowed the porous border, the influx of terrorists into the southeast and the southwest and the middle belt, and have killed as many Nigerians as we speak tonight. Moki Yawa Adiola Osiloye, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ètò Star Radio UK láwà yìí tá ti ń sọ kí ni way forward nínú Nàìjíríà. Mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò náà. I say good evening to Mace Gold, good evening to Iyawa, Mrs. Rukayat Omawumi, and the rest of you that have joined us. There is a message from Professor Adebanji Akintoye. We'll be giving you the latest of that regarding what is now said on Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. And this is a message for all the Yorubas. That will be coming up in just about a few minutes. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Okay, stay with us. Let us okay. Let's take that out. It's just something that I've just jumped into the conversation. My name again is Olayomi Koiki, and I welcome those of you that have joined me tonight. It is getting hot here in the studio. I like to appreciate. all the teams that are working behind the scenes. And I say good evening once more. Mr. Dari Ekale Damilola Olajide Ekabo Sorieto. Bamidele Mohammed Amosun Shegun Iya Odua ni o. I remember that song. Iya Odua Sharora Mashe o. Star Radio UK. Simon Ekpa has not committed any crime. The crime that has been committed is the government that have now impoverished Nigerians from not accessing their money. Nigerian government summons the Finnish ambassador over Simon Ekpa's threat to stop 2023 election. It is not Simon Ekpa that is stopping the election. Election itself is already being destabilized by the internally of what is going on. Do you know that Femi Kayode says, and I quote, that there will be a coup because it seems that Atiku is having a meeting with the military, but he has actually come down because it seems that he's under threat as well. What an interesting time to be alive. More banks are being burnt down. The military are now out in almost every part as the Nigerian army despairs angry youth who burnt down the Access Bank in Delta State. Let's hear a bit of soundtrack. And these are gunshots of the military parading in Delta State. It is now confrontation between the Nigerian military and likewise, the citizen. So who actually is trying to disrupt the election? Is it Simon Ekpa? What did the response of the Finnish ambassador say? And I quote, that Simon Ekpa is a citizen of Finland. And he also has a right under the human rights. He is not a terrorist. The terrorist that is operating in Nigeria as of tonight is nothing more than the fact that the only one terrorist, and that is the federal government that is not protecting Nigerians. Once again, a very good evening and welcome to those of you that have joined me tonight. My name again is Olayomi Koiki, and I'm here live with you on the Star Radio UK, where we are looking at everything Nigeria because there's a lot going on. Okay, AKA was the one that was killed. 10 days to the election, Mrs. Bimbo says, and I quote, 10 days to the election, Olushola Samuel, Oduduwa Nation, the only way forward. Tony Ages, welcome on board. Olu Christie, welcome on board. Ismaila Ajadi Badiru says, AKA, and I believe that is the young man that was killed in South Africa last week, Friday. Ashiri Ikoko, Eledumare, thank you so much. Mokibo going parapatalen konsi, otiletike bobayu. The Finnish ambassador has already said that Simon Ekpa hasn't committed any crime that they can look into, but they will be definitely looking into because Finland and Nigerian government have had a good relationship for the last 60 years. Is it not going to be a good relationship between Biafra and Finland in the next couple of years? Olayomi Bamidele Martins, I say good evening and welcome. I welcome my beautiful mom. I say, welcome to Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. This is the old currency. The Akpabiodun petrol station is not even taking the old currency, but the governor is insisting that other petrol stations should take the old currency. I mean, imagine that a state governor petrol station is not accepting the old Naira note, but is enforcing that on somebody else. What an interesting time to be alive in Nigeria. In the next few minutes, we're going to be hearing exactly from the mouth of our leader, Professor Adebanji Akintoye, what is actually said tonight regarding what he believes has been one of the problems of the Yoruba nation. And the reason that we have been having this problem is because of Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, according to our father and the leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. He has actually finally spoken that we should now disregard whatever is coming out from the mouth of Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, because she has actually come to destroy the Yoruba movement. I'll be giving you the soundtrack in just about a few minutes. We will not be able to show the video because of technical glitch, but I will give you the soundtrack. This is now coming from the leader of the Yoruba self-determination struggle to say clearly that one person have destabilized this movement for whatever reason, according to Professor Adebanji Akintoye. We don't know whether it's for monetary reason. We don't know whether it's for something, but something we are aware is Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, according to Professor Adebanji Akintoye, have destroyed the Yoruba nation movement, but it has not yet been destroyed because it is still continuity. So whatever she's saying, according to Professor Adebanji Akintoye, we should all disregard it. Professor Adebanji Akintoye, Prince Gabriel says Finland will not do Simon Ekpa anything because Finland believes in self-determination so much, and they will only invite him and tell him to tempo small, Woto Pro Max. Just 15 minutes to 1900 hours. For those of you that are watching us in Nigeria, you are 1 hour ahead of us, GMT +1. Are you joining us for the first time? This is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. Professor Adebanji Akintoye has finally spoken that whatever we have been listening from Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri should now be disregarded because she has actually done her best to destroy the Yoruba nation movement, and nobody should concern anymore because we should just disregard her. She has finally destroyed the movement, but the movement has not yet been collapsed. There's also some few things that Professor Adebanji Akintoye is going to share with us. That they were making headway up to last year until Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri came and destroyed the movement. This is coming now officially from the leader of the Yoruba self-determination struggle, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Adeagbo David, I say good evening to you. Ilesami, good evening. And let's get a little bit now from what Professor Adebanji Akintoye said in an engagement he had some few, I believe, days ago.
Professor Akintoye is a bad man.
Let's see if we can get it from give us a few minutes. We might be able to show those of you that are watching us from the sister broadcast this video, and maybe that audio will come out a little bit much better. Once again, mo kí gbogbo yín pátápátá ní gbogbo ibikíbi tí ẹ ti ń gbọ́ wá, tí ẹ ti ń wò wá. The leader of the Yoruba nation struggle have finally spoken, and this is what he said.
Professor Akintoye is a bad man. Monday rí mẹ́sẹ̀gì yẹn òru yẹn ló pè ní pé bàbá ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí sọ nípa ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ni nǹkan náà mo ní mi ò mọ kankan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ èmi wọn ò dá mi ò sọ nǹkan kan líle sí wọn yìí mi ò mọ reason tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn ṣe ìwà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn but obviously what I now think kí mi ò sọ fún gbogbo yín títí nǹkan tí mo rò ní. Àwọn kan rán ọmọbìnrin yẹn kó lọ da kankan ṣerú ni. Who they are, I have my suspicions. But I am absolutely satisfied that she was sent to go and disrupt the Yoruba self-determination struggle. Àwọn kan ní ẹ̀rọ ambitious ni mo ní kò sí ọmọ Yorùbá kankan wà ambitious ní ambition room yẹn. What you put? It is what she has been doing is driven by money that she's been receiving from some people. About that now I have no doubt. You make agree necessarily pẹ̀lú mi, but I know it to be true. Tó bá yá ẹ discover. So what I have done is to be quiet about her. I don't talk about her. I don't criticize her. And she has done a lot of harm to the struggle. Professor Kenekan Funyi by the sọ fún any other person. As of November 20.
And for those that are watching us, that is the leader. Those that are listening to that, because some are watching it, but some are listening to it. That is the leader of the Yoruba Nation struggle that has been speaking in the last 3 minutes. Let's get a little bit, and he has come out to confirm now that Chief Mrs. Modukponitiri, we have already invited her here on the radio, but the leader of the Yoruba struggle now says that we should all do away from her because she has done more harm to the Yoruba Nation struggle, and no Yoruba individuals should have anything to do with her. She has been doing this, according to Professor Adebanji Akintoye. It could be for monetary, or it could be just to slow down and destabilize the Yoruba Nation struggle. This again is Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London, and every Wednesday from just about 6 p.m. You will join me here where we discuss issues and the way forward in the intelligent, the Yoruba Nation struggle, the Biafra struggle, the Middle Belt. We are discussing Nigeria as a whole, and we could continue to discuss as many things in the next 10 days. But the breaking news coming tonight is coming from the leader of the Yoruba Nation struggle on Star Radio UK, that no one should have anything to do with Chief Mrs. Modukponitiri again. Again, this is Star Radio UK.
UK. This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
And if you're joining us again, you can listen to us from every aspect on Twitter, on the Instagram, likewise on the Facebook, YouTube. But the best way also is to make sure you download the Star Radio UK apps. And we are also
broadcasting worldwide online 24/7. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
And if you're joining me for the first time, we like to say something when people join us for the first time. What is it that, people that have been, we have about so many platforms around the world, running different programs. Good evening to you, Razak Tajuddin. Yoruba Nation is the next solution. Thank you so much. Good evening to all our Biafra brothers and sisters. Good evening to all the freedom fighters from around the world. Good evening to those of you. But the best way to do so is to do this. And let's go back again to the the statement coming from Professor Adebanji Akintoye one more time.
We were making a lot, we were recording a lot of success in the international arena. And we were reasonably sure that probably December,
and I want you to listen to this one very well. According to Professor Adebanji Akintoye, he says, and I quote, in this short, conversation, the Yoruba would have in December told every part of the world that we are not part of Nigeria anymore. But that had to put on hold because of the damage that has been committed by Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. Let's listen again to that little bit of, rewind of that.
Reasonably sure, probably December.
We must disregard whatever she's saying right now because she has done more harm to the struggle than making it moving forward. Everyone must now disregard whatever she's saying. We must disregard it.
Nigeria, I'm sure we could have there will be at least 1 or 2 countries in the world to my support. So I want support for it. In Nigeria, I want we are defending this because they have been peaceful. EBT about by November. At that one mura at the Bama country party that him sign agreement. We get Taba Shibaya, Wana Shibaya. Only to go. Only declare your vanish. Is that I wanted to sooner if you take this step, we will take the following step after you. But when I saw we are you sure that this your people, your people can on a unified country? Can you live like a unified people?
Thank you, Mazi Media, and welcome to the Star Radio UK. No going back.
It has been a tough battle. It has been a tough battle. Dispelling that kind of fear about us, fear about the Yoruba nation. She created that fear. It was not there before. And it is still there. Traces of it are still in existence.
Building your online business?
That is, part of the conversation coming out tonight. We've listened carefully to that, and let's take a little bit more before we move further into the program again. For those our listeners that are not conversant or speaking Yoruba language, the leader behind me is the leader of the Yoruba nation struggle. Who are the Yorubas? The Yorubas are people that wants to also exit Nigeria peacefully, but that they've also had internal problems, just as those that disregard Biafra spokesperson Mazi Simon Ekpa. We also have similar, and tonight, officially coming from the leader of the movement of the Yoruba struggle, I've now advised everyone that is into the Yoruba nation movement to disregard whatever is coming out from Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, as she has done more damage to the Yoruba nation struggle, and whatever she's saying has got nothing to do with the Yoruba nation struggle, and according to what is coming out tonight on this breaking news.
God, just child's play to keep his courage up in the dark. She knows that she has caused a lot of damage to the struggle. She knows. And some of the people closest ones to her, you don't want your brown, you don't want they know they have done a lot of harm to the struggle. Akirimisi paid me about 2 months ago. And I would have shared I would have then they turn to, if things come to this point, why have you been destroying the work that I've been doing? It's a whole long thing. They only look at yoga and so on. Now you are asking me to engage in this massive exercise of rituals and so on. I am the person them are turned to. Why have you been destroying the work that I've been doing for the Yoruba people? Is it that you thought that I have something to gain from fighting for the Yoruba nation? I am an old man. I don't need money. I don't need any position. I just have a strong feeling that this is what God wants me to use my time. I've known the Nigerian politics from my childhood, from the 1950s. I knew from 1959 as Nigeria was preparing for.
That is how far we can take it. These video will be available on our platform later on, but we will have to continue with the program because there's still a lot to discuss regarding the way forward as Nigerians are looking up to the elections, as the individuals are saying that election is not the right way. We should now wind down Nigeria for the sake of peace. Good evening to you, Francis, Ajiri, Kelly, Klein. Good evening to you. Nigeria will never have peace until we have separated. Yoruba Bam, good evening to you. Olori Mat, she has devastated everything for us. With God, all things are possible. God is more than her. Sorry about that. We will not be able to play more of that, audio. But like I said, it's going to be available, uploaded on all our platforms in the next few hours is after the program. This is just the breaking news coming as well. Night, she has done a lot of damage, a lot in this struggle. Mrs. Ogabi says, finally, we can now focus on our Yoruba Nation self-determination struggle. Prince Adiola, good evening to you. Adam Olamilekan, good evening to you. And likewise, all our Biafra brothers and sisters. Kennedy, I say good evening to you. So let's ask the question. We will get the phone line open because I know a lot of you wants to also interact. The number to call, I'll upload it in just about a few minutes. Good evening to you, Mr. Karonwe Abiodun, and welcome to the program. Ismaila Chaos says, scammer woman on it, not going back, Yoruba Nation now. Prince Gabriel Adeniro says, Finland. Okay, we already mentioned that already. Give me way forward. Yemi Fatoki, very good evening to you, sir, and welcome. Mace Good, good evening to you, and we appreciate everyone that have joined us on this platform. I was giving you a breaking news earlier that a PDP, not aspirant, but somebody very close has been assassinated, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit more details about that in just about a few minutes. There is a lot of news coming out from Nigeria, and we are trying all our best. Let's first go back to the currency. Why are we having problems between the Central Bank of Nigeria and the federal government, and also the governor of the CBN, Emefiele Godwin? Let me first update those of you that are not aware. There was meant to be a court case today, but finally, that was being also adjourned to the 22nd. So another 7 days. So the question is, if the court could not take the issue of this problem that has now become a threat to human lives, why come they are not using these to resolve quickly the issue? So let me bring you up to date. On Friday, on the 10th, was meant to be the day that those of you that have the old Naira note, which I'm going to show you right now. This is the old Naira note. For those of you that are not from Nigeria, you might be probably lost in the conversation. Let me just take you through. There is a currency used in all over the world. This is our own currency known as Naira. When you have this currency, you can do buying of goods, you can travel out, you can exchange it to foreign currency. But the federal government last year, December, decided to change these three denominations, the 200 Naira, the 500 Naira, and the 1000 Naira, to this new note. But the problem now is millions of Nigerians still have these old notes. And this is now becoming a problem. And 3 governors from the state, from the 36 states, more governors have also, added the suit. So 3 governors decided that since they are not happy with the federal government and the CBN, and for those of you that don't know what is the CBN is just similar to Bank of England or Bank of America, and also mean the Central Bank of Nigeria. These governors decided to take the governor of the CBN and the president that the old currency must be allowed to be used because the time frame is still very, very short. And yet, the CBN still reject the ruling that has not yet been confirmed whether the currency should not be used or not. There was a injunction, and this is why some of the those that are campaigning that the rule of law only works for those that it wants to work for, or the average man. So these, thank you so much, Mrs. Comfort Adela says, thank God for our father courage to throw out this woman. We can now focus on the mission. Imole Onumila say, woto woto. Now the way forward, White Lion, you have been saying this for a very long time. So, what actually then happened is, the Supreme Court told the central bank that you should not do anything until we have a conversation whether these new notes should be extended or not. But the CBN governor is still adamant that anyone with the old Naira note, which is this particular note, should make sure that you are not taking it in the bank. So the banks refuse to take this old Naira note that is still in their billions across Nigeria. The new Naira note is not even available for those that wants to spend it. And this is now creating all the problem we are facing in Nigeria in the last couple of days. As the election is now, as we speak today, 10 days, that means that the Supreme Court will now make a judgment 3 days before the election. And I want every one of us to follow this conversation. If the Supreme Court should have made the judgment today, it could have less the pressure, the balloon that is about to explode, just as the American took down the Chinese balloon that was traveling through their airspace, and we were not sure what it was. So the Air Force was sent to take it down. So the balloon in Nigeria now is already swelling up and is just waiting to be exploded. So I was expecting that the Supreme Court, regardless of how busy they are, should have been able to make a decision today that will have given the CBN, if they have to arrest the governor of Central Bank, for trying to destabilize something that the government itself has been planning. So the question is it now confirmed from what El Rufai is saying, the governor of Kaduna State, that we now have another cabal inside Nigeria that is trying to disrupt the election? Should we now be saying that we have a new cabal from the ones that we have known or the ones that we have been told? Because if, as of today, which is the 15th day of February, we have 10 days before the general election, and nobody can confirm whether there will be enough money to go around in terms of the new Naira note. So are we now saying that there is an agenda by the cabal within the federal government to make sure that the federal government do not conduct this coming election? And that's exactly what I said on the 1st of February. I went back to my record when I was speaking to Archie this morning. And on the 1st of February, at the beginning of this month, I said it clearly at the beginning of the Star Radio UK Wednesday edition that the federal government is not planning to hold any election. It is just a gimmick. Because if I look back to my, to my note, which I have here, it says clearly that number one, there will be a coup in Nigeria. And what could happen in a coup is when there is unrest. Because as we speak to you right now, there is unrest in every part of Nigeria. So, do we say that we now have some element of individuals for their own selfish interest without looking into why Nigerians will suffer for not having access to the basic things of life? Are we now saying that there's going to be a coup and that will then bring more problems? Shamsuddin, good evening to you and welcome to the program. Olori Mat, I cite you one more time. Good evening to my beautiful mother. Good evening to my family. And those of us that have children, I say I hope they are not disturbing you too much in this holiday period. Good evening to you, Samson Cole. I say good evening. He said fake Buhari. Even Buhari said I'm not fake. So stop calling me fake. I am not Jubril of Sudan. That is the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Imagine a president is saying that I am not imposter. I am a real man. But nobody knows because, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that he's not who he is. Some disagree and some agree. Some say the president has got a bit of dementia, but he's not confirming that. All we know is he has spent more time in UK. Also, 10 days and the Supreme Court is still going to make a judgment. Are we going to see that judgment on the 22nd? Who guarantee that the Supreme Court is going to make its judgment 3 days before a very, very important election? Old Naira notes still legal tender, Supreme Court, but the banks are not taking the old Naira note. So there is a problem. Which way forward is the conversation tonight. If Nigerians bank refuse to take these old currency, and I have another beautiful picture. This one looks very nice. How many of you still have the old currency? Many Nigerians still operating on the old currency, and if you're in Nigeria today, you will not be able to use that to buy anything. But the Supreme Court disagree with the central bank. So this is creating a lot of uncertainty and unrest, and that is why there's more going on. The Supreme Court on Wednesday today affirmed the validity of the use of the old 200 Naira, 500 Naira, and the 1000 Naira note. The Apex Bank maintained that February 8th hearing, which paused the implementation of the deadline on the 10th of February, banning the use of the old Naira note, still subsists. So who should we listen to? Is this not too much wahala for an average man that is just want to sell, collect old money, use the money to buy another goods, buy it, sell, buy it, sell? But now that nobody is taking the old Naira note, because if I give you the old Naira note, you are rejecting it because the bank is not also taking it, and there is no new Naira note. Injewa allowed to buy. Okpayemi say, I'm so happy because this is the hand of God. Oh my God, you have now become Maradona. May so rest in peace. Waris Ginaldo, welcome on board. Yawa Esther say, so painful because I have it here with me and I'm not in Nigeria. Well, you can keep it for souvenir, mommy. You will always remember that. I hope it's not a lot though. I hope you don't have up to 1 million Naira in you. Quadri 6339 said the zoo has failed us. Let's go home, the Yoruba nation. This is Star Radio UK. As we continue to review, let us quickly listen to what Mazi Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that Nigeria, ti gbogbo wa ni. Who remember that song? Who remember that song as well? Nigeria yìí ti gbogbo wa ni. Kó má gbọ́dọ̀ bàjẹ́. Torí kò sí ibòmíràn tí ká lè lọ. Àjò lè dàbí ilé. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sowọ́pọ̀ ká fi mọ̀ ṣọ̀kan. How many people remember that song? Those were the song that were trying to save Nigeria. But I don't think Nigeria will be saved. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said before he was arrested, kidnapped, and rendition to Nigeria.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction. And there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Well, Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension. Is that the aim of the federal government, to destroy Nigeria from human comprehension? Was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu saying something that a lot of us did not say when he was saying this? Let's hear it one more time.
If you don't allow we Biafrans to go, that zoological republic called Nigeria will be a worse place than Somalia. And today it is happening. And if you have not applied for your Somalian visa, please try and do so. Should I say Somali visa? Try and do so as quickly as possible, because the zoo is on the path of destruction. And there is nothing man can do to reverse it. Mark today's date and what I'm telling you. Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension.
Nigeria will be destroyed beyond human comprehension. Good evening to you, our father, our uncle Yomi Olugunna, and all the silent listeners. Yes, that was King Sunny Ade that said, Nigeria, but do we have the right? Maybe we should hear from the Dr. Oloye Sunday Igboho.
Láti ọ̀gá tí ń dùn wá lẹ́nìkan kọ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀gbọ́dọ̀ dúkọ̀ ọkọ̀ mẹ́rin kankan tí ọ̀gá nìkan kẹjọ́ àlẹ́ mẹ́rin kankan. Mo lè béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ mi náà náà máa lẹ̀ mọ́ mi ìjọba àgbọ̀dọ̀ mọ̀ ìnẹ̀lì wá kúkú lè ju ilé babẹ̀. Òfin báyìí gbà wá láti béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ìjọba. Ìjọba tí dẹ̀ ń bẹ́ ń tà yìí náà ìjọba tó létí ni wọ́n dẹ̀ lé.
Well, for those that do not understand that beautiful language, and to those of you that are not sure, who are these two important men behind us on the screen? To your right-hand side is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that has been kidnapped, renditioned back by the Buhari government and Yemi Osinbajo to Nigeria. Is currently being held in the custody of the DSS. We are concerned about his state of health. And on your left-hand side is the Yoruba Nation activist, Dr. Oloye Sunday Igboho. Is also a freedom fighter that was almost going to be assassinated by President Muhammadu Buhari and some of the governors and some of the kings in Yoruba land. He was just lucky to escape death. They invaded his house on the 1st of July 2021. 2 innocent lives were gunned down, even cars were taken away. 12 innocent people were moved to Abuja for a lot of months until we were able to get their release. And they were really, really tortured, especially the woman among them. He was traveling to Germany while he was stopped under the request of the federal government of Nigeria, and eventually led to why he is currently being held in Benin Republic. And yet, the federal government wanted to bribe him while he was being held in the custody of the government of Benin Republic. He refused, almost to the tune of $500 million, so that he can abandon the project, the movement of the Yoruba Nation struggle. Even now, we can confirm from what Professor Adebanjo Akintoye have said, that he was also going to be destroyed by the same woman known as Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri. But Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho remained firm in the movement. He remained loyal to the Yoruba people around the world, even though his name was tarnished and they were also going to destroy his image. But he has not stepped back and he has not refused to continue to ask for his right. And he says in that particular clip that I've just played, which we're going to play it again, that he has a right. Let me make use of my right, is telling the federal government, because we are no longer in the military era. Buhari is not in the military era anymore. He is now wearing agbada. We know that the current president of Nigeria actually done a coup in 1983 that overthrown the government of the day in 1983. And this is what Oloye, Dr. Sunday Igboho, a freedom fighter, a human rights activist that wants the Yoruba people to be free from the bondage, the subjugation, the suppressed, the fraudulent non-Nigeria that we are now asking tonight. What is the way forward? Who are those that want to destroy Nigeria? It's definitely not these two gentlemen, because they do not have access to the CBN. They are not the CBN governor. And tonight, the reason why we are having a lot of problem is nothing more than the fact that somebody within this government do not want election to hold, and they would like to blame that on Simon Ekpa and the Yoruba. And I'll be talking about the Inspector General of Police saying that the Yoruba people have collected arms in mass to disrupt an election. We are not a military confrontation with the federal government, but we have been saying that we want a peaceful exit, and we have done so in a under the international law in the last 3 years. There has never been any confrontation between the Yoruba people in the 3 years of the campaign for the Yoruba nation. The Yoruba nation struggle did not start 3 years ago. It has been ongoing, but the 3 years that took over by Professor Adebanjo Akintoye and Chief Sunday Igboho and the rest of different leaders have literally turned things around. But it seems that the federal government of Nigeria is not pleased that the Yoruba people wants to go. So let's listen one more time to Dr. Oloye Sunday Igboho. Well, so let's now ask, is it the internal wrangling between the APC according to this woman, Najatu Mohammed? Najatu Mohammed is the one on the left-hand side of the screen tonight, while Aisha Buhari is on the right, and that is the wife of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is what Najatu had to tell us during an interview.
She reinforced what El-Rufai said. She agreed with what El-Rufai said. El-Rufai said that the cabal in the villa, and she confirmed it. But what I'm saying is this: she is also part of the cabal.
According to Najatu, says clearly that Aisha Buhari, the wife of the President Muhammadu Buhari, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is also part of the cabal that is disturbing this current government. Good evening to you, my beautiful mother, Auntie Sarah Oyilowo. Omoba, you will continue to excel. God bless Yoruba Nation. God bless you as well. Moki gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Afolayan, God bless you as well. In the next 10 minutes, at exactly 19:30, I will open the phone line so that you can come and help me. What is the way forward? And the number to call is a WhatsApp line. You might want to take note of that number: +44 74 04 40 5917. Number tẹ́ máa fi pè sórí ètò lálẹ́ ní. Kí lẹ rí sí gbogbo tá tí ń sọ bọ̀? The way forward out of Nigeria. election 10 days. The Supreme Court is making a ruling 3 days before the election. INEC is complaining. Najatu is telling us something that one of the cabal that she would have to mention, because that is the way she has been trained, is Aisha Buhari.
I'm trained not to say they did this. We are trained to name names. You have to have the guts to tell Nigerians who the cabals are. And I'll tell you why. One, if you look at, we are discussing the hardest thing for Nigerians now is the question of changing this money. People are in...
And this is really troublesome to so many Nigerians tonight. As we can tell you, I have dozens, we can't show those videos, but there are dozens of videos circulating throughout today with so many things happening regarding Nigerians not having access to the money. Do you know that the younger brother of Aisha Buhari is the Director General of the Mint, where Nigeria money is coming out from? Let's listen more to Najatu Mohammed pointing to the president's wife that she is one of the cabal. I would like to know the remaining cabal, or maybe she's only the leader and she has a lot of people that are working for her.
Very, very dire situation. Even I had to know how to mobilize to send my mother ingredients, tomato and pepper. It's terrible. I am stressed up. So think of the millions that have to work daily to feed. But what is happening? They are talking about the cabal, and they are talking about themselves.
Okay. Are we now seeing what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying, that Nigeria will be destroyed by the same people that have run Nigeria? My brother Akim Adiora Saki Adonike Mokiyawa Mokibogwama Yoruba Mokiyawa Comfort Ologunja. Baba has let the cat out of the bag. The truth has been revealed at last. Yoruba Nation movement continues. The gate of hell will not prevail against the movement. If you have just joined us, there's a breaking news. We're going to play that again towards the end of the program. Professor Adebanjo Akintoye has now said officially that nobody should have anything to do anymore with Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri, because she has come to destroy the Yoruba Nation movement struggle. We're going to listen to that before the end of this, the program. We have just about 7 minutes. At exactly 7 minutes from now, I'm going to start taking my calls. But let's listen more to Najatu. Are you able to get your money? Share and roll back. And when you call, if you feel comfortable to speak in English, please do so. And if you want to speak in our local language, well, not local language, but you know what I mean. If you want to speak in Yoruba, please also do so. Kola Akisiku, Moki Bogbamo Yoruba, Kakiri Gbogbo, Jake Jado, Ile Agbaye. My Yoruba is becoming much better in the care of Babawa Oloye Sunday Igboho. After spending 6 months with him, my Yoruba was so beautiful and very, very crispy.
I'm saying what Erufai is saying.
Mori dada ẹ̀yin ìyá wa lálùbáríkà láti ìlú òyìnbó níbí, àǹtí mi dáadáa ìyá lálùbáríkà Tóyìn Ọláoyè, pẹ̀lú gbogbo iṣẹ́ takuntakun tẹ́ ń ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Rótìmí, Ọlọ́run ọba Elédùmarè kò ní balẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ́ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá ń gbèrò pé kí ìran Yorùbá kó má débi tá à ń lọ, láàárín ara wọn láti máa rí gbogbo àṣírí táwọn máa tú síta. In 10 days, election is meant to be conducted, and as we see right now, what do you think? Election máa wáyé. Ìbéèrè tá à ń béèrè lálẹ́ yìí ni the way out of Nigeria. We should not wait. That is why we are here telling the international community, welcome on board Peter Dinyo. Sam, good evening to all. If you do not have Twitter, please do so right away. Ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá mi Tóyìn Ọláoyè. Ẹ bá ń kí ìyá àbèjì náà dáadáa. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin grandma, mo kí ẹ̀yin ti GR1, mo kí bàbá wa Prophet Ológun Olúwa, mo kí Bishop Adésínà, a kí gbogbo àwọn tó ti kú ní inú ìrìn àjò yìí, a kí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe ń tẹ̀síwájú, mo kí Ọ̀mẹ́yọ̀, mo kí bàbá wa Láróńdó, mo kí gbogbo ẹgbẹ́, àwa kí bàbá wa Ìbà Gani Adams lóògùn ọ̀fẹ́ o. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀, mo kí gbogbo tó ń pè ní orí adé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, even though I know some of them are Guy Man King. Ọ̀nà ọmọ Yorùbá yìí oníwàhálà nìyẹn púpọ̀. Mo rí bẹ́ẹ̀ bàbá wa Àlàbí Ìdòwú, ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Ètò talẹ́ yìí là ń pè ní Star Radio UK. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ní Koiki jọ àfẹ́ gbọ́ Naija Voices yẹn mọ́. Ṣó lè bá wa rí sí Yorùbá Voices? It is still something that we are discussing with the, with all the production team if we can change that. But definitely, as you all know my stand, I am a full Yoruba man. I think Yoruba first. I drink Yoruba. I sleep in Yoruba. I wake up every day in Yoruba struggle. And that is the only thing I know. And we appreciate all your prayers. We appreciate all your love. We appreciate even those of you that disagree with the views. Even though you all want an election, 10 days, there is no naira, there is no petrol, there is no electricity. The country is becoming chaotic every day. Are you sure? Like Baba G.O. Adeboye, are you sure? I can now see why Baba Adeboye told us last year that he's not saying election yet. Because there's catalog of problem. There's so much problem. Good evening to you, Larry Lamina. Say this big wahala. This is big wahala. Send money home to collect na woto woto. Ìyẹn ni Baba Adeboye ṣe sọ fún wa pé àwọn ò rí tí Ọlọ́run sọ fún àwọn pé election kọ́ because there's catalog of problem. Yes, it is now official. Baba Professor Adebanji Akintoye has now come out to say we should all disregard and have nothing to do with Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri because she has actually come to destroy the Yoruba Nation movement struggle.
Changing money is okay, but why now for elections?
Changing money is okay. I mean, there's a video I met from one of our mother. We'll see if we can get that video. That video is coming from Libya. And in that video, she was saying that owó tó ti change in Libya. Wọ́n sì náwó yẹn. So kí ló wá fà tí Nigeria tó wá lé kókókó bí ojú ẹja. How many of you like the fish eyes? I love it because sometimes you can suck. There's some juicy inside that fish eyes. I mean, I know some of you like Koiki ojú ẹja ló máa. How many of you remember? Olódò ràpàtà ojú ẹja ló mọ̀ ọ́ jẹ. Ta ló mọ̀ rí yẹn? Olódò ràpàtà ojú ẹja ló mọ̀ ọ́ jẹ. I just love something around the fish eyes. It is so juicy, and if you know how to suck it and you can, there's always a white, there's like a white, you get what I mean. There's a lot of catalog of video. We leave Najatu for now because Najatu has, maybe we should just complete that quickly and then I can prepare you the next video. And to dasi oro itotale no way out. Please call in and let us hear your view.
Or is it about Nigerians that are suffering? And whose election? Their elections. This is the point I'm trying to make. So when they are talking of the cabal, her brother, Aisha Buhari's brother, same mother, same father, is the DG now or MD of Meeting and Printing.
Aisha Buhari, imagine the white president, the younger brother, same mother, same father, is that hallelujah. These are the nepotism going on in Nigeria. Padi, nobody you become the leader, they give you something, and this has been going on in Nigeria. We leave that quickly. Let's hear, do you know that you can get your Nigerian passport day one, same day, in the north, in Mina, but you will never get this? Is it because there's no pressure of people traveling in the north as against the south? Let's hear from this, our father. Hey. How many of you know Baba A.K. Adura is the one speaking right now? I come across one of his videos. There's a lot going on TikTok, and I think I should start using my TikTok. I haven't used my TikTok for some time, and we need to start engaging on TikTok. How do we do so? I'm not used to TikTok. Maybe I'll have to tell my team to come and train me how to. How do we do the TikTok? If I want to go live on TikTok, how do we do so? I want to go live. So what's going to happen? It is me. I don't want to say, there's a lot of videos on TikTok. I don't know what's going on. I can see people. David Buffalo live, Lori TikTok. I think I need to call Omoluka because Omoluka and Lady K knows how to do TikTok. Me, I don't know how to do TikTok. Maybe you'll have to teach me how to do TikTok because I want to be doing TikTok as well. Baba A.K. Adura. A.K. Adura. You know that man? Shamsuddin Oladipupo Ekabo sórí ètò. Ẹ̀gbọ́n tí bàbá yẹn sọ. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́tí darapọ̀ mọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. For those of you that do not understand Yoruba, I will try my best to translate. But just to brief it to you, what is actually saying that to get a Nigerian passport, You can go to the northern part of Nigeria, and you will get that passport the same day, but you will not get the same thing in the southwest or the southeast. Also. Okay, what's going on there? Let's okay, is that video? Okay, I think I have the full video somewhere here. We'll see if we can get that video back on. The video is very, very important. There's a lot that is going on, within it. Oh yeah, I got the video now. Yeah. Let's listen from here.
Jerusalem to go to Jerusalem. My passport that expire. Passport expire. People need to know. I will not be able to. I want to go. I died again. When I kill his dog. They got to Christmas. I want to do Christmas. In 2012. 2012. When I was on. I said I'll take the. I was okay. Africa could get to me. Balede onírọ̀lẹ́ mo wá kó owó airport mo wá kó owó travel fún bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ní mo fẹ́ gbàgbọ́ lóòótọ́ mo wá kó owó fún prince dá wọ́n tẹ̀lé tó ti bímọ. passport yẹn tí mo fún yín ó wá lọ sí Minna ní ìgbẹ́ta ó wá dé ní alẹ́ àná ó dẹ̀ mú passport bọ̀ lóòótọ́. Mo passport yẹn gbogbo èèyàn síwájú Yorùbá ẹ̀bẹ̀ dákẹ́ síbẹ̀ ẹ̀bẹ̀ ní àmọ̀ ìṣẹ́lú ìṣòṣèlú rẹ̀ kú ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ̀sẹ̀lú mi bá sọ̀sẹ̀lú bá sàtẹ́ tí mo rí lálẹ́ yìí inú mi bàjẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀ mísì travel. Yorùbá are missing opportunities. Láti oṣù kẹrin wọ́n dẹ̀ ń wá sí Èkó nígbà yìí mo ò dẹ̀ rí passport gbà. Wọ́n tẹ̀ lọ sí Minna lánàá kìí ṣe nìkan kìí ṣe ní méjì kìí ṣe ní mẹ́ta kìí ṣe ní mẹ́rin wọ́n tẹ̀ lọ sí Minna lóòótọ́ wọ́n tẹ̀ gba passport wà léèdè under 4 hours and you say we are in the same country. Kí ni Yorùbá fi ṣe é ní. Wọ́n ti dá Yorùbá sọ. Gbogbo ìjọba kíjọba tó bá débẹ̀ sí i tí o bá fi ara tú Yorùbá ara máa ní àwọn ìran rẹ̀ pẹ́pẹ́. Ìyá ń jẹ Yorùbá mo sọ lẹ́nu ìjọba. I'm speaking Yorùbá right now. Èmi ti jìyà ni mo mọ nǹkan tí mo sọ. I have suffered and know what I'm doing. Mo gba passport Nàìjíríà wá sí pé ẹ kọ́kọ́ lọ forí balẹ̀ lọ́nà ẹ tó ṣe anything. Èmi ò ní kó like me. I don't say you like. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn ọmọ ìyá mi ń jìyà. But my one mother children are suffering.
And these are again the nepotism that is going on in Nigeria. What that Father in the Lord was saying is that if you are traveling to the northern part of the country, you would likely get a Nigerian passport the same day, but you would not be able to do the same thing in the southwest. I was actually giving you a breaking news. A PDP chieftain, Dapo Sarumi, has been assassinated in Lagos State yesterday night. Official coming from the wire this evening. Police in Lagos State have commenced an investigation into the death of Toyin Adeniji, one of the 8 of the prominent People's Democratic Party chieftains, Chief Dapo Sarumi. Adeniji, 47, was reportedly shot dead by a suspected cultist in Agege. What's the very thing, and that's exactly all it is. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Star Radio UK. You're live with us. Go ahead.
I'm not
called to just stop for the program. I sent some receipt. One receipt your WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll have to. I am live on the radio now. I'm answering later. We will have to talk about that. If you're not calling into the program, that is a complete different conversation entirely. We're only taking calls for the studio. As we go back, Adeniji 47 was reportedly shot dead by suspected cultists in Agege area of the state in Lagos State. It was gathered that the deceased was at the front of his house at Oyewole Road, Agege, when gunmen invaded the area and shot him at close range. 7 other persons who were outside of the PDP chieftain's house in Agege narrowly escaped death as the gunmen shot sporadically. Policemen from Area G, Ogba, have condoned off the area while the case has been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department. Lagos State Police Command SP Benjamin Odonyi, when asked in the phone call about the incident, responds saying, "I can confirm that to you." So these are the killings that is already taking place. As we know right now, election is still 10 days and there's still more killings going on. Let me go straight into some of the headline. Niger governor candidate is now issuing death threat to supporters in a viral video. What could lead to such altercation that is going on? The governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Niger State, Issa Lima Kantigi, has issued a death threat to prospective voters who have the intention to collect his money without voting for him in the general election. Kantigi made the threat while addressing his supporter in a viral video. Kantigi was a former chairman of Editor Local Government Area and also the ex-commissioner for local government and the chieftaincy's affairs to the former governor Muazu Babangida Aliyu. The PDP candidate was recently in the news after he donated 2 electrified transformers to Dangama and Duma community in Lipe. Imagine this one is giving, is already saying that you know what is going to happen to you. There's a lot going on. Abiola says you can get it at the same day in the southwest also, but you have to pay VIP money and tips immigration. It is so terrible. And I guess you're discussing about the Nigerian passport. Let's take more from the from some of the headlines that we have again. And there's a lot to discuss as Nigeria is going through the poll, and there's also the Yoruba saying that we do not want to be part of this conversation anymore. Ignoring Supreme Court, CBN Governor Emefiele says old Naira notes is illegal tender. Gbajabiamila, I'm sure a lot of you know him, is the Speaker of the House. He says Naira scarcity is created to stop Tinubu from winning presidential election. Is that true? Angry protester burned down banks in Delta State over crippling Naira scarcity. These are some of the headlines. I will ensure Igbo produce the next president if I am elected. You can see Atiku Abubakar says, I am going to make sure that an Igbo becomes president after me as a president, because the Igbo is a universal race. No, it's not a universal race. They are indigenous people and they have the right to have their own country. Why is it that they want the arrest of the EFCC chairman? It seems that the EFCC chairman is partisan. He has been using his position to protect other criminals, but running after the Yahoo boys. Expert backs Bauer as Yaya Bello intensify onslaught on the EFCC chief for probing multi-billion naira loot. Remember that last week the EFCC declared Yaya Bello's wife wanted for about 3 billion naira money. Mr. Bello's wife, Rashida, was recently named in a money laundering probe by the EFCC, which said the Kogi First Lady conspired to loot billions of naira from the state treasury. She's not the governor. So how did, how did she have Babawa Sulaiman? Welcome on board. Mukidada. Akanji Oladapo says, God bless Yoruba Nation. Thank you. Waris Jinadu say waiting in Iran go do without power generator frequency and the force scarcity. Keep your comment coming and we'll be reading all your comment from all the platform tonight. Adekunle Adepoju, my own, welcome on board. And you said, and I quote, they will all chop their breakfast last. Otin Rugbobo. The country, Nigeria, is already in distress. Let's read more of your comments as we have them tonight. Good evening to those of you that have joined us. Iyawa Amana, welcome on board. You also say, good job, brother. God bless you. No going back, Yoruba Nation. Shitu Omaumi Ekabo Surieto. Damirare, so bad. Yoruba Nation is the best though. I was sad. I watched the video yesterday. I'm not sure which of the video. I watched the video yesterday when the man of God saying that is Baba Eke Adura. Iyawa Teresa Ekabo Surieto. Happy Valentine to all our listeners. It is King. Yes, so it is King. I'm not going to mention your state, but these are all. Woto is coming. There's going to be a lot of protests tomorrow, according to the intelligence that I've got already. I'm not going to tell you which of the state, but we will get the signal from tomorrow. I have been told that a particular state is going to go on a total shutdown tomorrow, with those that are asking why there is no Naira note and why there is force scarcity. So tomorrow, a state in Yoruba land might be going on a total lockdown. Bright, Bonzu, Komata Petu, Joma Pe Yomi. Who is there again? Iyawamawumi says, why don't you leave this platform and go where they are telling the truth? Maybe you should go and up transformer. Who is there disturbing? Razak Tajuddin, well done, Mr. Koiki. Maybe the person is not happy with Chief Mrs. Onitiri when Babakitoye say she's no longer to be reckoned with. Well, I mean, you don't have to agree with Babakitoye, but the leader have spoken. You don't have to agree with that. You have the right to your views. Okikiola Ayinde says Yoruba Nation not going back. Adewale Peter say you're doing good job. You're now making me feel like, Mr. Macaroni. Mr. Macaroni, sometimes when I listen to him, I watch him, you're doing well. You're doing very well. You're doing well. He's got that talent. He's endorsing Peter Obi, but I'm not sure if Peter Obi will get the vote. Okikiola Ayinde Mokinyi, Temitope Odedeji Mokinyi, Asalawu Sunday Mokinyi Dada, Oladunjoye Razak Mokinyi Babawa, Iyawa Nikki Gold Ekabo Surieto, Bamidele Michael, Mr. Koiki. Nigeria is end already. We're just waiting for everybody to get ready for the next action. It's called Wutu Wutu. Ola Smart, one of our callers, he says, Koiki, I like your vibe. Should I give you Adekunle? Should we play Andrew No Check Out? Oh, Nigeria go survive. I think I love. How many people love that track? Pam 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 pam. Ta ló rántí orin yẹn? How many people? Ta ló rántí orin yẹn? Ẹ̀yin ìyá wa tẹ́tí di grandma nísìn. Ẹ rántí àwọn oldies tẹ́yìn náà wá ń jó sí tẹ́ bá ti jáde níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Tán ẹ̀mọ̀ká wà nísìn maybe we should start with Portable. Should we try Portable first? Ṣé ká kọ́kọ́ lọ gbá sí ti Portable sí iná? I think maybe we should listen to Portable. Let's get Portable from the screen. So if you're watching me from the sister broadcast, no. Don't take our business. This is Star Radio. We don't want you to take our business anywhere. Let's go and first listen to Portable. You may not like a Portable. Let's listen to him. Must be hear that. Oh, Apostle Luke. One go heaven. Well, one go heaven. For those of you that probably have not come across this very beautiful Yoruba artist, musician, not artist. His name is Portable. I love him. He's controversial. He has already campaigned for PDP, APC, AD. But what who campaign for is making his own money. But his latest song is so powerful. Apostle must hear this. Why is it that the pastor doesn't want to die, but maybe the congregation should die? Oshniloye Mufi Tawotawo King. We don't want election again in Jesus' name. I say amen. Apostolic must be hear this. Apostolic must be hear this. In apostolic. Well, you know, won't go heaven. This is a portable at our next track, and after this, I'm gonna give you the other one, which is Andrew No Check Out. Oh, Nigeria go survive. Is Nigeria really gonna survive? But for now, it's Apostolic Must Hear This. Ó dorí àwọn ọmọ ìjọ àtàwọn ọmọ ìjọ rẹ̀ o. Yeah. Is Nigeria under pressure? What is the way forward as we are having into the last part of the segment? The program ends at exactly 8:30. You are watching Star Radio UK. If you're joining us for the very first time, we normally love to welcome those of you that are joining me for the first time. And the way we welcome you is always special because we believe a lot of you are special. And this is it. We welcome you to Star Radio UK.
Welcome.
We say welcome. And again, this is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK. This is Star Radio UK.
Apostolic Must Be Hear This. Waris, you know to say what, Koiki? No check out of location 9. Nigeria will never survive, according to NNN. Okay, it seems that we have a call coming through. Let's go straight to that caller straight away, and we hope the caller wants to join us. Hello, caller.
Mr. Koiki, good evening. Ekale, sir.
Ekale, ṣe fẹ́ bá wa dá sórí ètò talẹ́ ní bàbá wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, orúkọ tèmi ni Pastor Olórunfẹ́mi láti ìlú Àkúrẹ́, Ondo State, Nigeria.
Báwo ni Àkúrẹ́ ní alẹ́ yìí lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ kó tó di pé agbọ́n tẹ fẹ́ bá wa sọ kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Àkúrẹ́ torí pé ẹ̀yin lẹ wà níbẹ̀ ẹ fún àwa ọmọ káàárọ̀ òjíire ní káàkiri àgbáyé ẹ fún wa ní just 1 minute update in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lákúrẹ́ lẹ́nu.
Ó kọjá àfẹnú rẹ̀. March àwọn ọmọ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti jí báyìí. Àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ti mọ̀ wípé irọ́ ìjọba Nàìjíríà ń tàn wá jẹ ni.
Okay.
Ó kọjá bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo títí blọọkù lẹ́ni ní gbogbo ìṣòro dáná sun báńkì náà ní. But ó ní agbára.
Kí ló ń fà á? Ṣé ẹ̀rọ owó gbà ni àbí báwo? Ó yẹ ẹ̀sán tẹ fẹ́ bá wa dá sí i. À ń gbádùn yín bàbá wa. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Star Radio UK.
Owó náà ló fà á. Owó yẹn ló fa wàhálà. Torí pé àwọn èèyàn ò rówó gbà. Àwọn èèyàn ti wà báńkì láti aago 5 ìdájí. Wọ́n á dẹ̀ rówó gbà. Ìgbà tí báńkì bá dẹ̀ tún fẹ́ fún àwọn ènìyàn lówó, báńkì á ní 10,000. Latest owó tó lè gbà ní 10,000 ní POS. Àwọn èèyàn ò dẹ̀ tún rówó yẹn gbà. Ló fa àwọn ìbínú tí àwọn ènìyàn fi ń bínú pé irú ìfìyàjẹni wo leléyìí. POS tí èèyàn bá gba 1,000 POS á gba 200 naira. So ó jẹ́ ohun tó ti ní àwọn ènìyàn lára gan-an olófà àti gbogbo dẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní. Because bí kan ṣe ń lọ ibà ohun tó ti lè mú baálé ilé tí ò ti sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí àwọn ọmọ ń béèrè nǹkan tí ò sọ̀rọ̀ ó sì ń tẹ̀síwájú ni. Àti ìmọ̀ bí tá à ń lọ báyìí ṣùgbọ́n ohun tí mo fẹ́ dá sí lórí ètò ìtàlẹ̀ yìí ṣá. Ṣe rí àdúrà Yorùbá ló ń gbà. Ṣe rí àwọn ẹ̀jẹ̀ aláìṣẹ̀ tí ìjọba Nàìjíríà ti dá sílẹ̀ kó lè lọ lásán.
Kábíyèsí ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ṣe rí mo fẹ́ ká fọkàn wá balẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá. Ọlọ́run wà lẹ́yìn Yorùbá. Àná orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá máa dúró.
Kábíyèsí ẹ̀.
Ohun kan ní mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ ni pé ṣe rí Buhari mọ ohun tó ń ṣe. Òun gan ò fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹlẹ́sàn wà. Torí pé kò fẹ́ràn Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu.
Wow, àṣírí ńlá mà lílé ìkẹ́ à ń gbọ́ yín bàbá wa.
Àwa ń bí mo dẹ̀ ní àwọn ọmọ tó ń jẹ́ pé mo mọ̀ their politicians. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé kò fẹ́ràn Tinubu, kò fẹ́ gbé ìjọba yẹn fún Tinubu. Now ọ̀nà
Tinubu náà lòun ó ní èmi ló kàn Tinubu ní èmi ló kàn ó ní òun lòun gbé Buhari wọlé ó ní èmi ló kàn kí ló wá dé tí Buhari ò fẹ́ gbé ìjọba fún.
ojú bàbá gan ṣe ń ṣí ni gan pé ọkùnrin yóò gbà tòun. pẹ̀lú gbogbo ìgbìyànjú ẹ̀ ẹ̀rù ti ń bo ẹ̀rù gan ń bà báyìí. ẹ̀rù ń bà ìdí nìyẹn tó fi ń sá káàkiri mo mọ̀ pé nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ láìpẹ́ yìí ẹ̀kọ́ tí mo sọ sílẹ̀ kí gbogbo àwọn Yorùbá dẹ̀ máa gbọ́. ẹ̀ka before Tuesday next week ẹ̀kọ́ tí mo sọ before Wednesday. Because you cannot continue like this. Yes, the country is turned upside down totally. Tí ẹ bá rí ohun gospel good mo wà pẹ̀lú yín pẹ̀lú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń gbé gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ live. Tẹ́ bá rí àwọn tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ni o, Àkúrẹ́ ni o, Èkìtì ni o.
Delta everywhere.
Everywhere. Now wọ́n ti ń ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ báyìí wọ́n ti ń kọ́ àwọn military wọn jáde again láti máa tún máa threat àwọn èèyàn. ṣùgbọ́n àwọn èèyàn dúró tán báyìí. èyí tó bá kúkú fẹ́ pa wọn gangan kó pa wọn. I bought for the day before yesterday 450 naira per litre.
450 naira per litre.
mo dúró láti to 7 mo rí epo rà after 2.
lọ́sàn-án
7 a.m. to 2 p.m. ọ̀sán.
Ọlọ́run bàbá lélẹ̀.
ṣé kọ́ńtì làwọn ayé bàbá. Ọlọ́run ṣe jẹ́. ṣùgbọ́n mo fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ wípé nínú tán ní Ọlọ́run ti máa fi jẹ wọ́n yà. bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà so ẹ máa bá ètò yẹn nìṣó lẹ́yìn kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tá a wà nílé lóko mo bẹ̀ wá ẹ̀bẹ̀ ni mo bẹ̀ wá ẹ jẹ́ kí iná ìṣọ̀kan wa ẹ jẹ́ ká tún dá padà.
Thank you so much.
ẹ jẹ́ ká tún iná ìṣọ̀kan yẹn dá padà ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ní diaspora ni wà tá wà ń bí ni o ẹ jẹ́ kí iná ìṣọ̀kan yẹn dàgbà gbogbo tó ti lọ. wọ́n sábà bóyá ìdè kan fún yín mo ń parí lọ nìyẹn wọ́n wá sọ fún Mósè pé kí wọ́n sọ fún àwọn ọmọ Ísírẹ́lì kí wọ́n tẹ̀síwájú. ẹ dá máa wo wájú ibi tá à ń lọ fókọ̀sì wa nìyẹn.
ẹ ṣé gan ni sir. Thank you so much. I say, Goni, Iyawa Temi, my beautiful auntie, I can never stop saying you are beautiful because you came to me and you spoke and say, this is me, Temi. And I was like, wow, Goni. Let's go. We have another mixed call. We have half an hour, so you can manage our calls. Ma binu tete number sita. Number 81 nita back way láǹfààní àti sọ èdè wa lórí tètò TV bá even nípa pé ní Nigeria Voices Yorùbá náà ni ètò náà ń lọ lórí ẹ̀ nígbà míì mú wá kí gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire àwọn wá ní kóòrè oòjíire. Good morning, good evening from wherever you're watching us. As we are just about the last part of this movement, the last part of the segment. We are just about 37 minutes away before the end of the program. I'm going to recap some of what we have discussed. We went back to ask the question, why is it that the Central Bank of Nigeria refused to allow Nigerians to continue to use the old Naira note until after the judgment from the Central Bank of Nigeria? Also, there is still latest news coming from the Afenifere, the leader of the Afenifere, that came out again today, and not Babalola, Afenifere. Remember that Afenifere leader, was talking about the breakup of Nigeria. There will be trouble ahead. But he's also speaking that it seems that, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, the elder statesman, is not bowing down. He says that President Muhammadu Buhari must not be tempted to bring what is called an interim government. These are part of what I discussed on the 1st of February this year. Laranta sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí nìyẹn pé ṣé probability wà pé ìjọba yìí bí bàbá wa Pastor John ṣe pè wá tán pé kò likely pé Buhari fẹ́ gbéjọba lẹ̀ fún Tinubu. Bàbá wa elder statement, the social cultural group Afenifere, in one of the headlines from Nigeria says, resist interim government temptation, Afenifere tells President Muhammadu Buhari. The Pan-Yoruba Social Political Organization, Pa Ayo Adebanjo of Afenifere has again called on the President Muhammadu Buhari to resist, rara, any temptation or pressure to foist on Nigeria any form of change of government that is not a product of democratic practice. Afenifere, in a statement by his National Publicity Secretary, Jare Ajayi, Yeniano, ní ìlú Èkó, said that the latest call was necessitated by a disclosure by Kaduna State Governor Nasiru El-Rufai that some element within presidency were scheming to have the president foist an interim government on Nigerians. And Nigerians going to accept should President Muhammadu Buhari leave us with interim government. This was their council state meeting last week. Abdulsalam Abubakar, Jonathan is somewhere there, Gowon and Buhari. Obasanjo was not there, but we are told that Obasanjo attended through the the Zoom. Say Buhari, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, what is also the leader of the Redeemed Christian Church of God have said in the past, maybe we should go back and listen carefully to some of what Babawa Gio Adeboye said in the past and the recent one that we have. We're just trying to get the video up and running before we start winding down. Remember that Babawa Gio Adeboye told us that there is no need for us to talk about 2023 when there's trouble in the country. Is election going to hold in Nigeria? Maybe we should listen to this first from Dr. Olayomi Sunday Igboho.
Now, chief of Mr. Koku Kolon Foroke, àwọn náà fẹ́ Koku, ọwọ́ akúnsìn. Wọ́n fẹ́ kó ẹ̀ tó kàtọ́ yẹ kó bọ́ síbẹ̀ ọjọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ní kó lọ rìtáyà gbogbo wọn. Kó tó lè gbé Fúlàní síbẹ̀. Orí bẹ́ẹ̀. Kí la máa ń bára wa sí? Ajá eré kí la já ń bẹ́kùn sí. Ajá ò ní dúró ẹkùn láéláé. Ó sì enough is enough. This is our time to fight for our rights. Bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ ní pé tó bá yá àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́. Ó ní máa béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni àsìkò ló tó yìí torí pé táwọn ọba para kásẹ̀ra wa lọ́kàn ká gba ẹ̀tọ́ yẹn sìn á lè gbà mọ́. Àwa tọ́lọ̀ ń fi léwu tá a léwu lọ́wọ́ yìí àwa ni ká jà fún gbogbo àṣẹra wa lọ́kàn ká fi jálẹ̀ ká fọ́ tẹ̀lé ká gba ẹ̀tọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ wọn. Adélébáyọ̀ ó tó lè ṣe gbogbo yín.
That was myself traveling with Oloye Dr. Sunday Igboho to Ketu Alake, some few years ago when we were still traveling, engaging, some of our elders, some of our leaders. Are we going to see, an interim government? We're trying to see if we can get a video, but maybe we should try this of the Nnamdi Kanu as well. Another video of Nnamdi Kanu, but in an audio version.
It's very simple. We will not fail you. But sometimes you need to reassure us as well that you will not fail us.
Nnamdi Kanu was saying that he's not going to fail the Biafrans, but he hoped that they are not going to fail him. But it looks like some of them have already started campaigning for Peter Obi.
We will not go forward and then go backwards and tell him, I want to get here, me, and that's the way to do it. That day you go stop for one. There is only one way to get Biafra, to go and take our freedom. The template has been there since the dawn of humanity on earth. When Frederick Lugar came, he did not ask anybody for permission. He didn't ask you permission before they come Nigeria.
Did they ask you before they take Nigeria? Peter Obi is, according to the poll, is making headways. But is he going to be the next president of Nigeria? Is Peter Obi going to win this election? That is if election will be conducted in the first place. We saw what happened in Lagos. The thugs of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Shetima and Sanwo-Olu were attacking those that were campaigning for Peter Obi in Lagos over the weekend. Are we going to see more crises ahead before the election? We saw already the death of one of the politicians in Lagos State yesterday. How many more deaths is going to happen before the election itself is going to take place. Maybe we should listen again to these, our mother that were crying because of the new Naira note and talking directly to Emefiele.
Now, good morning. This is Yaloja Abuja. Don't come again. Emefiele. How many times I call you? This morning, I sent my girl, say me go collect money for POS. The money where you dey rush us, say make we quick. Carry our inside bag, make we go deposit am for bank, say the thing go expire. That same old Naira no where we carry all our money, go put for bank. Now this morning my daughter collect 20,000 naira from POS. They collect 2,000 naira on top of 20,000 naira. They even told her that if she wants new Naira notes, she has to pay extra charge. As you they put us, where you they put Nigerians under hardship, so there is God, oh. There is God, oh. We don't know what we do you. As you are putting ordinary Nigerians under hardship, wallahi, tó bá ń kójọ ọmọ àdánù ni o, ọkùnrin ò ní balẹ̀ o. How many Nigerians can afford to be paying 2,000 naira to POS to collect 20,000 naira? This is wickedness. This is wickedness. Una they take the life of ordinary people, they take and they play politics. There is God, oh. Emefiele. This thing where they do so, the head of all the Nigerians, poor people, the masses that are suffering because of this thing. You see the old Naira where you say make we put it
and quickly, let's go to a caller all the way in Germany. Good evening and welcome to the program. Good evening, Michael Unama. I say good evening to you and welcome to Niger Voices. Your life with us, caller. Hello, caller. Bones, okay?
Hello, Mr. Koiki. Shadi, woman don't talk about that.
Benny.
That woman is also an APC.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
They cannot do anything in Nigeria without Buhari knowledge.
Definitely, you're right.
Why are they afraid of Buhari? Why are they mentioning Buhari's name? Why Emefiele? Emefiele is just a worker in Nigeria. So Buhari was the one that approved that something. Can you talk about Buhari? Buhari ni. That woman don't that APC ni.
Okay.
They are all afraid of Buhari. Why Emefiele? Emefiele is just another person. He cannot act on his own. Abi?
You're right.
Buhari, are they afraid of him? Even that five Buhari, Emefiele cannot act on his own. He cannot just come out and say, I'm very design Naira without approval of the president.
Definitely.
President if you want to do anything, you have to contact the president. Why are they not saying Buhari go on the main person, not Emefiele?
Ṣé wọ́n bẹ̀rù Buhari ni or what? Kí lè rí sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn?
Wọ́n bẹ̀rù Buhari ni. Buhari is the main person.
Okay.
The same person, not Emefiele. Emefiele is just a worker. Buhari no approach síbẹ̀. So why are they mentioning Emefiele?
Wọ́n náà kàn ní balẹ̀ náà ni.
Wọ́n mention Buhari, Emefiele no mention. Whereas Buhari is the main person.
Okay. I see.
He did it purposely because of àwọn tó fẹ́ ra election to double people. Tí wọ́n bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́sìn, kò ní dárúkọ Buhari, Emefiele ló máa dárúkọ.
And Emefiele.
Ó ti ṣògùn fún gbogbo àwọn Nàìjíríà pé kọ́ máa bẹ̀rù. I don't know.
Oda. Ẹ ṣé gan ni. Mo kí bàbá wa Ọlọ́run abandro tí abandro ti àwọn ọmọ yín ẹ̀gbọ́n mi dáadáa tó pè. I don't want to go into too much details and I'm happy to hear your voice, the energy, gbogbo ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Ọlọ́run abandro tí. There's a lot going on in Nigeria. Let's remind ourselves that our brother is still being held in Turkey. We're talking about Ijile Marcos. A lot of us know Ijile Marcos is one of the Yoruba nation. Let's remove the pictures so that people are not mixing this up. We'll see if we can get his image. They're working on that quickly. Ijile Marcos, so far I've been able to get in touch again with the family in Turkey, and all they're telling me is they're not hearing anything. Ijile is still where he is. We know that Ijile has been held in Turkey going to almost 4 months plus now. He has spent Christmas, New Year without his family. He's one of the Yoruba Nation self-determination. But what we can confirm is, for whatever reason, Ijile case is not something that we have an understanding. I did ask the family if Ijile needs to get a new lawyer to look into while he's still being held in Turkey. And the feedback I got back, the image of Ijile is going to come up on the screen. The engineers are working on that quickly. What I was told is that number one, Ijile family were not affected in the situation that happened in Turkey. We continue to pray for those in Turkey, as many Nigerians there, but non-Nigerians were affected. But sadly, 35,000 lives have been lost. The number might be increasing. There's also going to be humanitarian, catastrophe. So Ijile family is not anywhere close at all, to the situation where the incident that happened in Turkey is very, very far away. I spoke to the family and they confirmed that with me. But my concern is whatever has been the situation with Ijile, nobody knows why he's still being held. And as you can see there, for the benefit of those that are probably not familiar with the person that we are discussing tonight, the engineers have got the image right behind me, as you can see there. Thank you so much, engineer. Ijile, as we can see there, out of sight is not out of mind. We will continue to pray for you. We will continue to pray that whatever the situation that you are facing presently, may Eledumare, with the gods of the Yoruba land, set you free. Whatever that must have happened, which we don't know, we don't have the details. We are 8 minutes past 2000 hours, so that means we're just about 22 minutes before the end of the program. Good evening to you, Mr. Oluwale. Asha Ati Isheshe Ile Yoruba. Ahmed Rahim, good evening. Temi Go Tajuddin Olalekan Shoyoye, Victor Oji, Emmanuel Jacob, and also Mukiyawa Alaja Mamala Barika Airat Adeyeye Mofita Watawakinyi. Mukiyawa as well, Chief, all our great mother, Ijile case for me is something that I'm not sure why it's taking so long. When I was told that Ijile, it has been incommunicado until everybody started getting the information. Mukiawa Chief Fola Bangbala Mukindada. When I was told that Ijile has been arrested or whatever in Turkey, there was a lot of rumor that filtered out then that the reason why he was arrested has got to do with certain individuals within the Yoruba movement, and I have come out so many times to say that is a total nonsense and we should debunk such rumor. But when we look at the case, Could it be that because Ijile is one of the Yoruba nation self-determination movement, and that is the reason why it's been held in Turkey? I do not have such information. Could it be another situation that Ijile, that was working with Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri and some of their team, probably knew certain things, and probably maybe Ijile was not comfortable with such, and they are probably thinking that should Ijile come on air and tell us, it could also be a problem for them, and that literally means that they might have been the one to report Ijile. Is another situation to look into. Could it be that maybe Ijile, that have lived for some years now, as we have known in that territory, could probably maybe have a different entirely case between him and the system that is currently living with his family? That is another scenarios. So when you now look at all these scenarios, the question then is, what more can we do, to support this man? I have asked the family member in Turkey and some of the friends, and especially the family member said to me that we don't need to get a new lawyer. They have a lawyer, but it could just be that the system. And let us now remember that with a lot of situation happening in Turkey lately, we should not forget Ijile as well, because he is a one man that was also fighting the same cause that everyone wants for a Yoruba country. So as much as you might not have watched his program for almost 4 months, we should not gbọ́dọ̀ gbójú kúrò lára Ìjìnlẹ̀. Gbogbo èèyàn abiyamọ nígbàkígbà lóòrèkóòrè, ẹ jẹ́ ká máa rántí Ìjìnlẹ̀ nínú àdúrà. K'Ọlọ́run Ọba Elédùmarè, gbogbo páńpẹ́ tí wọ́n dẹ kó bá wa tú kúrò nínú páńpẹ́ yẹn. A lot of people in his own status not to go through eléyìí. Mandela went through it. So many people, Martin Luther King, every one of them at some point have faced huge obstacles. And likewise, Babawa no CSI. Nnamdi Kanu is facing his own as we speak right now, even though the court has said that Nnamdi Kanu has been found not guilty of all charges. 15 count has been thrown out, but the federal government is still adamant for not releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So whatever Ijile is facing right now, as Yoruba people, we must not take our prayer away from him. We must continue to pray and remind ourselves that he was fighting the same cause as we are doing right now. We might not be seeing him every day as we have done in the past, because Ijile was also coming out every other day, if not every day, and most of his programs were very, very educative programs. We take this call, and this will be my last call for the program tonight because of the time constraint. Hello, caller.
Hello, Mr. Koiki.
Ekale. Welcome, my sister Eunice Uche. We love you. Good evening and welcome. Ekale, sir. Ekabo. Eba shini kia kia to yasiko. Kí lẹ ní ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Ògìjó?
Mo ti send ẹ sẹ́yọ gbé kúrò speaker gbé.
No, I need to gbé kúrò ní speaker because mo wà live lórí studio, so màá wo n tẹ send yẹn màá
padà tó.
Ó dà tí bá ṣe tán in another 15 minutes à sọ̀rọ̀. So again, we are getting report, and please, if anybody has any news going on in Nigeria, oh my God, somebody right here has been killed. we can't show you the videos, but I can confirm that the situation that I've just received indicate that a young man has been murdered. What is going on in Nigeria? Nigeria is really going through a lot. If you want to contact us and you have any news you want to break to us, please, Ekabo Eshegoni Yawa Yunis. And thank you so much for joining us this evening. As usual, we love you and we appreciate you. Adeleke Olawale Ibrahim Mokinyi. Ijile case must not die down. We must continue to bring it to the limelight. We must continue to talk about it. We understand every country around the world has different legal system. Could it be immigration is the reason why Ijile has been picked up? We don't know. Could it be that he has another issue with the Turkish government and that is the reason why he has been arrested, and they have to go through the court process, which is something that is delayed, and he might be found not guilty and he will be back up and running again and he will be coming out to tell us. But like I said, I am always in contact with the closest person that I don't have to go into too much details with, Ijile Marcus. Ijile has not yet been released as of today, the 15th day of February 2023. And we will not stop bringing his case to the limelight for the benefit of all our leaders and those of you. Ijile, ọmọ Yorùbá ni, ìran Yorùbá ló ń jà fún, kó tó di pé a mọ ìdí pàtàkì gangan tó fi mú. Bọ̀ bí ṣe sọ, àwọn kan ní àwọn lára àwọn tí a jọ ń ṣe Yorùbá nation ni wọ́n kó bá Ijile. That is one instance. I disagree with that. I don't agree with that. The other option tí mo tún wò ni pé ṣé Ijile rí nǹkan kan, ṣó gbọ́ nǹkan kan nígbà tó ń bá àwọn èèyàn onítìrí ṣiṣẹ́ tó fẹ́ expose or tó fẹ́ sọ síta tó fi wò pé tó bá sọ síta ó ṣeé ṣe. It's just probability. I am not saying it is. But in this situation, we look at different probability. Just as I have also said that the probability is not there. But again, this is a probability. I am not saying it is a fact. Or ṣé kò jẹ́ pé normal country tó ń gbé, just as any one of us, bí a ti ní case kan tó ń ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìjọba tó wà nínú ẹ̀. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà lórí MixLR. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ wà lórí Instagram pẹ̀lú wa. I am just 12 minutes away to the end of my transmission tonight. So that is about it on Ijile. Like I said, another death that I've just received, and I will be, calling this caller later on as well. Let's come back to the final segment. Baba Akintoye has now come out officially to say that Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri came to destroy the Yoruba Nation movement. And that came out some few hours ago as we were playing that to us. And we would take us back, as I promised, to what Baba said this particular day that I was able to have this conversation sent to me.
Professor Akintoye is a bad man. Sunday, any message, Orulia look and you get back by bomb control the names on the kind. Kilo shell, Kene, can you more control? Anyone W, some can Simon, reason to bring a shake to Wabenya. But obviously, what I now think, Kimio saw from Gogi Tifu can tomorrow.
And like I said, there is a video that has now been sent to me. is already on our sister platform Koiki Media. Update: tension arose at Odogunyan Ogijo in Ikorodu, Lagos State, as policemen shot and stabbed army officer to death. The army was said to be in a mufti when the incident occurred. When the policemen realized it was an officer, they took to their heels, and other armies have mobilized colleagues to their station at Ogijo. Vehicles were burned at the station. There is currently tension in the area. People are closing up and deserting the area. Please be careful. And this is what is coming up from the image.
Police station at Ogijo.
So that is the breaking news fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá. Wọ́n ní sójà àti àmì wọ́n ti wọnú ṣòkòtò kan náà ní Ògìjò ní Ìkòròdú nígbà tí ọlọ́pàá tó stáàbù sójà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká padà sí ti bàbá wa Professor Adebanji Akintoye has finally disowned Chief Mrs. Modupe Onitiri out of the Yoruba Nation struggle by saying that we should all have nothing to do with her.
Àwọn kan rán ọmọbìnrin yẹn kó lọ da kankan àṣírí mi. Who they are, I have my suspicions, but I am absolutely satisfied that she was sent to go and disrupt the Yoruba self-determination struggle. Àwọn kan ní ẹwà ambitious ni wọ́n ní kò sí ọmọ Yorùbá kankan wà ambition rú yẹn ó ti pọ̀ jù. It is what she has been doing is driven by money that she's been receiving from some people. About that now I have no doubt. Mi ò ní kẹ́ àgbé necessary pẹ̀lú mi, but I know it to be true. Tó bá yá ẹ̀ ti so what I have done is to keep quiet about her. I don't talk about her. I don't criticize her. And she has done a lot of harm to the struggle. Professor Keneka Funyiba is to be so fun any other person. As of November 2022, we were making a lot, we were recording a lot of success in the international arena. And we were reasonably sure so by December, lè sọ fún ayé wípé ṣe Nàìjíríà mọ̀. A dẹ̀ máa ṣúọ̀ wípé tá a bá ṣe yẹn, there will be at least 1 or 2 countries in the world tó máa sọ pé àwọn support wọn. Tí Nàìjíríà bá gbógun àwọn ọmọ yẹn á lè sọ fún pé we are defending this because they have been peaceful, they have been understanding gbogbo ọlọ́run ìgbàgbé yẹn. Ibi tí a bá ọ̀rọ̀ dé by November dẹ̀, a dẹ̀ ti wá múra àti bá àwọn kan ṣe pàdé láti sign agreement wípé tá a bá ṣe báyìí àwọn náà ṣe báyìí. Onítìrí gbọ́, ó lọ declare pé onílé declare ní Yorùbá nation. Because of that is that I want to take sooner while something so while if you take this step, we will take the following step after you. But when I saw wípé, are you sure that this your people, Yoruba people, can really run a unified country? Can you live like a unified people? Can share series of wonders, Lemares? It has been a tough battle. It has been a tough battle. Dispelling that kind of fear about us, fear about the Yoruba nation. She created that fear. It was not there before. And it is still there. Traces of it are still in existence. Gbogbo eléyìí tó wá ń ṣe lẹ́yìn yẹn, òun ṣe possession, òun ṣe occupy and so on. Just child's play to keep his courage up in the dark. She knows that she has caused a lot of damage to the struggle. She knows. And some of the people closest ones to her, you know, want your bra, you want for Benny. Actually, we see, they know they have done a lot of harm to the struggle.
And that is how far we can take from that. Like I said, the video, the full clip can be watched on Omoboriowo Media, and it's also going to be uploaded on Koiki Media and the Star Radio and other platforms as well. We are just 4 minutes before checkout, and as we're winding down, it is going to be Andrew, no checkout to Nigeria go survive. Is Nigeria going to survive all this wahala that we are facing presently? Should Nigeria must survive? How many people think that Nigeria can survive it? Let's hear this. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Andrew, don't check out Nigeria Go Survive is my last track tonight, the 15th day of February 2023. As I leave you in the hands of Eledumare, for those of you that are struggling to get your new Naira note, for those of you that have the old Naira note, I'm not sure how you are going to manage it, but one thing is, all the state governors must now rise up to make sure they can protect our citizens across every part of Nigeria. This has been Star Radio UK. It is the finest African and Caribbean radio station in London. We'll be back again same time next week, Wednesday, where we're going to be bringing you more programs and how it's going to look like in the next couple of days. Next week, Wednesday, will literally be the day that the Supreme Court were expected to give judgment. So by the time Timama Fiwani Role ni Star Radio UK, Lori Eto Naija Voices, we should know whether you can keep the old Naira note or you will definitely have to take it to the bank. In Nigeria must survive, as I played the last track from my own artist. Nigeria go survive or you know go survive? How do we know that? It's going to happen at the end of this month. Our people are not surviving because they are struggling, and almost 8 years of the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, it has been a very, very rough time for so many Nigerians. 2 more minutes before we check out. I say thank you so much to my producer. Thank you to the sound engineer. Thank you to all the technical team that are working behind the scene. Ní ọ̀la, state kan máa gbóná díẹ̀. Àti mọ bó ṣe máa lọ nínú state yẹn. But wọ́n ní ká má dárúkọ state náà. Àwọn tó fẹ́ jáde fún fuel àti naira scarcity. They've already hinted us, but they don't want me to say the state yet. Tó bá mọ̀ pé o lè gba heat, ó bẹ́tà kó jókòó sínú ilé nítorí pé lọ́la ó ṣeé ṣe kí ibì kan nílẹ̀ Yorùbá kó tutù díẹ̀ ká má sọ kó máa gbóná. Ǹjẹ́ kù máa wáyé? We are monitoring the military, we are monitoring their movement. We know that the destabilization tí wọ́n gbé wọlé yìí is to bring curfew and declare a military coup. UNICEF survival care, survive in Nigeria will be destroyed. Ìyàwó Esther sọ pé it can never survive. Then don't they cry for their group nation? Mo fi ń ṣe ọwọ́ Elédùmarè, orúkọ tèmi náà ni Olayomi Koiki. Lórí ètò ti Star Radio UK ni a ti ń gbétò wá láṣálẹ́ yìí. Nnamdi Kanu must not, we are telling the federal government, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He must not die in the custody of the DSS. Nnamdi Kanu needs a good health care, and he needs to be traveling out of the country as quickly as possible so that he can take care of himself. As I leave you tonight, we pray for all the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as we pray for ourselves. We pray for Yoruba land. Nigeria, I'm not sure I can pray for Nigeria because Nigeria, we have been praying for the last 63 years and it has failed every single one of us. And on that note, I will hand over now to Mr. Achi to take over right there. Good night, and tomorrow we'll be joining again on Star Radio UK at 11 o'clock for the update from Nigeria. Say what? Say what? Every Wednesday, this is how we do it. A tún máa padà wá ní next week Wednesday lágbára tẹlẹ́dùmarè. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ darapọ̀ mọ́ ètò ta lẹ́yìn. Ó dàárọ̀, oorun ayọ̀ ní ká sùn. Omi náà ni àbúrò yín, ọmọ yín, olólùfẹ́ yín tí ẹ mọ̀ sí Koiki Media, ìyẹn Olayomi Koiki lórí ètò Star Radio UK. I say thank you, Amasun, and join me again same time next week, and I'll be back with more programs before then as well. Let us hear these as we go into the last part. We appreciate all our listeners. Mokimba Baba, Pastor John Eshegon for the call. Oyeyemi Oladimeji Mokinsa. Osha is our savings, you said, and I appreciate gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ pè káàkiri gbogbo jákèjádò ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Elédùmarè ọba adúrótìwá kò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ o. Àwa la máa borí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀tá wa. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá wà ní ìlú Ìkòròdú, wọ́n ní ọlọ́pàá ti pa sójà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ wà sí careful nítorí pé ẹ mọ̀ pé tí àwọn sójà bá ti jáde bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, àtẹni tó mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ àtẹni tó mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ pátápátá ni wọ́n máa ṣe jàǹbá fún. And we don't want anybody to be killed by the Nigerian security for the negligence of a system that has failed every single one of us. May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to me. Thank you so much, Clement. Nigeria go sink and die. Nigeria no go survive this ever. Okay. I also believe that Nigeria is not going to survive. It is time that we allow Nigeria to dissolve. And as we always say, I will be back next week. And maybe I should just give us, Janet to close up the program tonight. Moki Wale Nkonsi, and maybe we should just, I use this one just to finish it up. And that is Lucky Dube. Thank you so much.